In 2015, I was able to replace my full-time income with a virtual assistant business. I have now gone on to train over 6,000 individuals to do the same thing, and I decided just to create a video to show you how to do it right here. If you don't know me, my name's Abbey Ashley. I'm the CEO and founder of The Virtual Savvy, and I love training VAs on how to start and grow at scale their businesses. It's something I'm super passionate about. If that's something you would love to be a part of too, you should definitely join our free community. I will link to it below. We have over 120,000 VAs hanging out in there, asking questions. Job opportunities are posted every single day. I know it's something you're gonna wanna be a part of. Make sure you join below. And also, if you love learning about virtual assistants, you might as well subscribe to my channel. And if you actually click the bell after you subscribe, you'll be notified every time I release new content about this work from home life. All right, before we jump in, I would love to know below, why do you want to start a virtual assistant business? What is it about that freedom life that you would absolutely love? Tell me in the comments. I would love to hear from you. All right, I'm gonna jump into this training. We're actually gonna go behind the screen to do so come with me now. All right, let's jump into the Become a Freelance Virtual Assistant workshop. I am so excited for this. I want to show you how possible it really is to start your virtual assistant business in the next 30 days. It's not only possible, it has happened time and time again with so many of our students. And I'm really excited to share with you the exact steps that you can take in order to do this. Now, who am I to talk about this subject? Well, if you don't know me, I'm Abbey Ashley. I was featured in Forbes' Next 1,000 Up and Coming Entrepreneurs. I was in Inc. magazine's Top 100 Female Entrepreneurs alongside Cameron Diaz, by the way, which absolutely blew my mind. An Inc. 5000 winner, been featured all over the news and media because we are making waves in the virtual assistant industry. We are teaching people how to actually work from home, and our students are getting real results. Heather says, I'm freaking out. I booked my first long-term retainer client from a post introducing myself. This course works. Yes, I just started the SavvySystem less than 2 weeks ago and I landed my first client, signed contract, paid invoice, super excited to get started. Thank you, SavvySystem. I want to cry. Closing out March, signing on a new client today, which brings my month $3 shy of $4.8 thousand. Over 5,000 students have gone through our trainings. What I'm teaching you here today actually works. And everything, if you want the full blueprint, is found inside of our SavvySystem course, which you can go to myvatraining.com in order to find out more information about. Now, the first thing that you're going to have to embrace when starting a virtual assistant business, especially if you want to make traction as a freelance VA, starting out, getting your first clients in 30 days, is this idea of go, set, ready. Now, we usually say ready, set, go, right? However, there is an element when you are starting a business that you're never going to feel fully ready, right? And so what we encourage our students to do is just go, just take an action step forward, start the momentum, just decide, go ahead and decide that you're going to become a freelance VA, and then get everything set. And at that point, you're going to feel ready to start taking on clients, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. You've already taken that chance to say, go, yes, I'm going to do this. Let's get you set so you are ready to go out and get those clients. Now, some of the questions you are likely facing right now is, I don't know what services that I would offer, right? If I'm a freelance virtual assistant, what do I actually have? Do I even have the skills that are needed to start freelancing? That's what we're going to talk about today. Also, you might be asking, I'm just not sure I'll be able to get clients fast enough to make my money back, right? Like to actually, whatever I'm putting into this, am I going to get out of it what's really needed? So that's what we're going to talk about here. So let's start with what services that you could actually start right now, right? Without any further training, without any certifications or anything. Did you know that you already possess the skills that small business owners are looking for? Think about this. Small business owners all over the world are starting their businesses. They're starting to get clients, right? They're drumming up business. And the thing that they need help with is likely exactly what you could offer, right? If I'm a garage repairman, right?
I need to be out there making sales and fixing garages. I don't need to be behind a computer, sending out invoices, doing simple social media scheduling, doing like invoicing. These are the things that I don't need to be doing. I need to be out there doing my craft, right? The thing that actually is making me money. And so when we give business owners their time back, it's incredibly valuable. So when you look at these services, right, and we're going to talk about them here in a second, the first one being data entry, you may think, well, that's really simple. Yes, it is. That's why you can get started right away with a skill like this, but it makes a huge impact to the business owner because it's the business owner not having to do data entry, right? If they are recording their sales, if they have a special program they go in to actually schedule their appointments, if you're entering the data instead of them, it gives them their time back. And this is why it is such an asset to them, right? General administration, anything that a small business owner would be doing behind the computer, right, that could be done remotely, you can do as a virtual assistant. And I've had this look like a lot of different things, right? Whether I was entering, data into a spreadsheet, whether I was making appointments for them, all of these things can really help them organize their files, right? There is so much that can be done on the back end, like email management. This would be actually, coordinating inside of their email, what needs to go to them, what doesn't, that filtering system, right? Your client right now is likely out there without a VA and is organizing all their own email. They're having to be the filtering system, whether this gets answered now, whether this gets answered later, whether this gets deleted, whether this gets marked as spam, right? And just you going in and filtering that out for them can be a huge asset, right? Setting up a system with them where they only have to answer the most important emails. There's also customer service, right? What if those emails that need to get answered, you could actually answer on their behalf? Now, this might take a little bit of training to get to know their business, to get to know how, they want you to respond. But if you can help them organize templates, you can say, all right, what are the top 5 questions, that you get? And you can organize the responses and say, hey, could I start taking these emails off of your plate so you're not having to answer them anymore, right? That email management, that customer service, and maybe it's not just email, right? Customer service can span over a lot of different areas. Maybe you are answering a chat system for them. Maybe you're setting up an automatic chat where the chat answers the questions for you, right? That's a little techie, but these are the type of things that you could do. Maybe they have a Facebook group that you could be answering questions in, or they have a course that has its own community and you could be answering questions in there. Customer service can go a long, long way across a lot of different types of businesses. And it's such a valuable asset, as well as calendar management, right? We use a tool called Calendly. If you don't have a Calendly right now, you should definitely look it up, and you can use this in your own business. And once you know how to set up your Calendly, right? So people can schedule to make appointments for you, then you can set one up for your clients, right? And so instead of that back and forth, oh, I can meet at this time, I can meet at this time, oh, that time doesn't work for me, you're handling all of that for them. And you can do it with a free, simple scheduling tool like Calendly and absolutely change their business. Can you see how this is giving so much time back to the business owner? And these are things that you likely are able to do right now, or with just a tiny bit of training could do really, really simply, right? Social media management. You probably know how to make a post on Facebook, right? I'm not talking about advanced things here. I'm not talking about high level strategies. Can you post something on their behalf, right? Could you take a picture that they give you and write a caption for it? These are the kinds of things that are taking up the small business owner's time right now that you could do for them. Canva. We absolutely love Canva, right? So maybe instead of them just giving you photos, right, or them giving you an image, maybe you're actually creating the images or the videos for them. And this can all be done inside of Canva. And it's not just for social media. If you've poked around Canva, you know that this can be used for flyers. This can be used for their Facebook page headings, right? If you have a knack for design, even if you're not a professionally trained designer, there are so many incredible templates inside of Canva that you can take your company that you're working for, this client that you're working for, you can take their brand, you can have their logo and their colors and put it into the templates that are already inside of Canva and create some awesome things for them, whether it's flyers or social media, right? Whatever it may be, you could do this on their behalf. It's not only okay to start off as a generalist, it's actually what I suggest for most beginning virtual assistants. And this is what this means, right? You're saying, I want to be a freelance virtual assistant right now, or I think I want to be a freelance virtual assistant, right? When it comes to starting out your business, a lot of times people think, well, I've got to learn some really high level skill, right? Like I need to learn how to do Facebook ads, or I need to learn how to do, Pinterest management, or I really need to know how to build a website from scratch before I start working with clients. No. Start with the skills that you already have. And here's the thing, guys, and that's what we call a generalist, right? Like I don't need to niche down to a specific industry. I don't need to say I only work with real estate agents or I only work with health coaches, right? You can only work with small business owners, right? That could be your niche and it can be a broad niche. You don't have to say I only do YouTube management or I only do Pinterest services. No, I do all types of general admin, right? These 7 or 8 services that I listed for you previously, those are the services that I do, right? I have a general audience with a general data entry, customer service, right? This general admin services. This is what I offer in the beginning. And I really suggest that most VAs do this. And here's why. It's just easier to get clients, right? You can pivot a lot easier. If you find out, man, I really like working with real estate agents and I have a ton of connections there, then you can niche down later, right? But I usually tell people start broad, start off what we call a generalist freelance virtual assistant, right? Like start off more general and then you're able to niche down when the time is right? And it's not just starting your business over from scratch. It's just a pivot, right? Business is all these tiny little pivots that get you where you need to go. And so I definitely recommend starting out more broad, right? I think that this is the best thing for most virtual assistants. Now, what you'll want to be able to do before you start marketing, before you start getting out there and telling people about your business, you need to be able to say super confidently, this is who I am and what I do. And so we call that your mission statement here at the Virtual Savvy. This is one of the first things that we have our SavvySystem students do inside of our program is actually decide who they are and who they serve. Now, this is going to change over time, right? What you decide your mission statement is going to be right now is likely not what your mission statement will be 2 years from now. And that's totally fine, right? But it's really important that if you walk into a networking meeting or that you're making a post on social media or an intro on, your own Facebook page, something like that, you can say this confidently. So here's how to fill this out, right? I am blank. I provide blank for blank so they can blank. Let me explain what this means. I am Abbey Ashley, right? Or if you have a business name, Ashley Assistants. We are Ashley Assistants. So I'm going to use the I am for this example. I am Abbey Ashley. I provide general virtual assistant services for small business owners so they can take back their time, right? Now, maybe you have niche down. Maybe you've decided, I have 20 years in the real estate industry. I'm going to do transaction coordination and social media for real estate agents. And you know that? That's great. I am Abbey Ashley. I provide transaction coordination and social media management for real estate agents so they can spend their time selling more homes, right? Do you see how this works? And so I want you right now, even if you need to pause this video, that's okay. Write out your mission statement. Go ahead and decide. And again, it's okay to be general, right? I provide general admin services for small business owners. That's great, right? If you want to go local, I'm in Springfield, Missouri for Springfield business owners. That's great too. Whatever you decide that your mission statement is going to be, go ahead and write it out right now, on a virtual way, like in a Google Drive document or on a piece of paper. Go ahead and write that out, even if you need to pause the video, okay? Now, if you're still kind of struggling, you're like, okay, Abby, you provided those services for me, but like what else? What else is out there? Maybe I do want to learn higher level tech. Maybe there are more services that I want to learn. I have a free resource for you over at thevirtualsavvy.com/swag. It's our 101 services to offer as a virtual assistant. So if you're still asking the question, what services should I offer? Maybe you want to do more in addition to the ones that I've noted here in this video, you can go ahead and check out that free resource. It is my gift to you. So the second big question that we get, again, we've trained over 5,000 students through our programs, and these are the top 2 objections. I don't know if I have the skills, and how will I be able to market, right? How will I get clients? Will I be able to get them fast enough, right, to really make this worth it? And so that's why inside of our signature course, the SavvySystem, we have something called PACE plans, right? And so what a PACE plan is it is our goal to get you to launch as quickly as possible. Now, we have 3 phases inside of our program: launch, grow, and scale. And launch is all about getting your business set up and ready, right? Remember that go, set, ready? We want to go ahead and get your business set up so you're ready to take on clients. That means choosing your business name. That means setting up your legalities, right? Are you going to have an LLC? Do you need any local licenses to do this? It means that we're going to help you with, creating a brand board. What are the colors going to be for your business? What's your onboarding process like, right? If a client says, yes, I want to work with you, now what? How do you actually begin working with them? And how do you, exchange? How do you get passwords? How do you get into their systems? All of that we explain to you inside of this launch section, because you want to be able to know all of that so that when a client says yes, you're just off to the races. Okay. So that's all in our launch section. Grow is all about marketing. So we teach you how to market, how to get clients, right? How to actually get out there and get clients to say yes. And then scale is once you've maxed out your capacity, right? Which several of our students do. In fact, many of them do very, very quickly. They go, well, I could actually make more money if I hire a team. And that's where you can really have uncapped income with freelance virtual assistants, is if you decide to go the agency route and have a team of people underneath you, right? So that's all scale. So again, launch, grow, scale. So it's our mission, right? It is my absolute goal with every student that we work with to get them through that launch section as quickly as possible. Why? Because we want you to make money as quickly as possible. And that all happens in the grow section, right? When you're actually getting out there, getting clients. So let's get your business set up as quick as possible. So we have different pace plans. You can launch your business in 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, or even a weekend. It's actually my favorite because you can just rent an Airbnb, get away for the weekend, be like, honey, you take the kids, right? I'm going to go work on my business so I can create another income stream for us. And at that point, you can set all of this up in a weekend, right? So there's 20 hours inside of our course, if you do it through our course, to get your business all ready and set up, right? It's 7 launch modules that you would be going through. And so these are the pillars, right? You're saying what would actually need to happen in that launch phase? Like, what do I need to do in order to start marketing, right? How do you get clients fast? Well, you get your business set up fast. So these are the things that you would need to do in order to start. Now, I'm going to go through them individually so you actually understand what really needs to happen inside each one of these steps. But I just wanted you to see a brief overview, right? These are your 7 pillars. If you can get these down, then you are ready to market your business. You're ready to go out there and start getting clients, right? And so these can all be done again in a quick weekend plan. These can be done, over the course of a few weeks. What we actually recommend is that most of our students do what we call our steady plan, right? It's about an hour a day, 5 hours a week, right? We give you the weekends off. And that way you're able to launch in 20 days, right? So our slowest students, our goal is to get them to launch still within 1 month. So by 30 days from now, you could be making money, right? That is our absolute goal. So you can see, again, we have 7 modules where we teach these 7 pillars. And so you can see here just a quick plan, screenshot it if you want, I don't care, of how we actually guide you through that process, right? We're having you discover your skills, work on your packaging and pricing, deciding on your brand, that's your logo, your colors, right? Your processes and assets. We have you create a portfolio, create a Facebook page. All of this happens within that first 20 days if you choose this plan. And those are those 7 pillars. So let's talk about them individually so you know what's included, right? The first one is we decide on the services you're going to offer. Now, what's awesome is that you've already watched this free virtual assistant training. And so you may already know your skills. And I don't want you to shy away if you decide, you know what, I'm going to offer virtual assistants like general admin. Those 8 skills, those 7 or 8 skills that you said earlier, Abby, those are going to be my skills. Perfect, right? Number 1, you've already done it, right? You're already ahead of the game, which is pretty amazing. Next, you're going to decide on your hourly rate. And what we highly recommend for new virtual assistants is that you start in that $20, $25, maybe $30 an hour range, right? Don't start less than that. I really wouldn't recommend it because, again, you are going to have self-employment taxes taken out of this. And so I really recommend that you do something around the 20 to 30. That is kind of the going rate for general admin. And you can slowly increase that over time, right? So the rate that you start with doesn't have to be the rate that you end with. In fact, I hope that it wouldn't be. We teach something called incremental pricing. And so what I would say is, hey, if you feel really good, like, okay, I feel good about getting my first client at $25 an hour, get your first one at 25. Their second client, raise your prices to $27.50, right? Third client, raise to $30 an hour. And as your experience and your confidence grows, your rate can grow as well. Now, you want to put these rates into packages. And I'm going to show you what a package looks like, okay? Because you don't want to just say, oh, I'm $30 an hour, right? Your potential clients need a visual. And so we inside of the SavvySystem actually help you create this visual. You decide on your hourly rate. We have a little workbook that goes along with our course too, where, this is why I'm worth it and why I love that, because you need to have the confidence behind these packages, right? You need to be able to present these confidently. But literally you can say, hey, my rate is $30 an hour. So you can buy a 10, 20, or 40 hour per month package, right? So that 10-hour package at $30 an hour would be a $300 package. And you're just going to bill that to your clients on a reoccurring basis, right? We have tons of tools out there that we can recommend you on how to actually do the automatic billing, but that gets sent to them. They pay the invoice, right? And then they have 10 hours or 20 or 40, depending on which package they choose. So they pay that $300. They get 10 hours in exchange. And over the month, you're doing 10 hours for them, right? I highly recommend doing use it or lose it. So actually, having them, like, if their hours are about to expire by the end of the month, right? Their month contract is coming to an end. Then you say, hey, you still have 3 hours left with me. Let's do one project, because these are use it or lose it, because you just don't want them to back up, right? And so that's what I recommend when it comes to pricing, right? Now, if somebody goes above that, right? If they, buy your 10-hour package, that's $300, and then they end up going over, right? You end up spending 11 or 12 hours one month, then you can just bill them that extra on top of their invoice on an hourly rate. Now, if they're continually going over, right, you might want to talk to them about going to the higher package. You see how this works? So what we do next as our next pillar is we actually create a brand board with your business name, logo, and colors. And I think this is the fun part. Some people hate it. That's why inside of our community, we also have a branding expert that really helps you in case you're struggling, saying, is this good? Is this not good? Right? But we actually help you put this together. So we'll have your logo. Maybe you have a tagline, right? You come up with your colors. Every color actually has a code. And so that way you can have the exact same color on your website, on any, on business cards that you do, anything that you create, your social media posts can all kind of have the same color scheme. And you have a very specific code that indicates that color, right? So we help you discover that. I always tell people to have inspiration pictures, and we choose your fonts, right? And so your brand should be a unique expression of you. And that's really what we dive into inside of our course, is how do you have a brand that really reflects the business you're trying to build? So do you want a more professional brand, right? Like what I'm showing you here is a little bit more industrial. That's how I would classify this. It's like fun, but really like more professional industrial. But you may just be bright colors, right? You may want, like, if you want to go after really high-end real estate agents, you might not want like pinks and golds and yellows. You may want more like navy blue, right? A little bit more professional, because different colors actually emote different emotions, right? And so that's all what we dive into, is kind of the psychology behind your brand board too. But we help you actually design this. So by the end of the section, you will actually have your logo, your brand board, everything you need there. Now, you want to decide on your onboarding systems. And this is super important, right? When a client says, okay, I want to work with you, then what, right? Having your contract, having your processes in place, having either a Trello board or Asana or ClickUp. These are all project management tools that you'll get them onboarded on, is going to be really, really important to the success of your business, right? You want to have this set up before you go to that grow section, before you start marketing. You want to have all of this set up in your business ahead of time. Now, I highly recommend that you open a business bank account and that you just really understand your numbers, right? Having a separate account is really going to help you. And again, we help you with the business setup part of this. You're going to need what's called an EIN number. And with that EIN number, it's totally free. You can get it online, but once you have that, you should be able to open up a bank account under that EIN number, and that will allow you to have a separate account. I definitely don't recommend mixing your business and personal expenses all together. Keep them separate. It's going to be really, really easy to do it that way. And then when it's ready to pay yourself, all you have to do is transfer that money into your personal account. And it's really, really clean for tax purposes at the end of the year, right? And so that's going to be important. And then understanding your numbers, right? Like we help you create goals. How much do you want to make? If you're wanting to quit your 9 to 5, that may take, $5,000 a month to do so. Okay. So how many of your middle package would you need in order to do that? The beautiful thing, guys, is that most freelance virtual assistants can replace their full-time income with just 4 reoccurring clients, right? So that to me, it's why virtual assistants is such a game changer, is because you don't need thousands of people to say yes. You don't need hundreds of people to say yes, right? It is one of the easiest businesses to replace your income because you just need 4 people to say yes, right? If you feel like, oh, I think I could get 4 people, especially if I have a blueprint on how to market, I have a blueprint of how to set this all up, I think I could get 4 yeses, right? That is what we do. And we help you actually determine what is your number, right? What's your freedom number? What number do you need in order to quit that 9 to 5? And then lastly, have a rock solid contract in place. I can't emphasize this enough. You need to have a contract that protects you legally, right? You are setting up an actual business. This is not just like a hobby. This isn't just something for fun. You are going to be taking money from people in exchange for your services. And so you need a legal contract that's going to protect you in order to do business, okay? Then the last step, I didn't put it as one of the pillars to start because, again, all of this is what we cover in the launch section of our course. The next is grow, and that's when you're actually ready to start marketing. And you can see how your confidence can grow over time. You may be scared to start marketing right now, which is okay, right? But when you have all of this behind you, when you've made the momentum to choose your services, you have your logo, right? You have a brand board, you have all of your systems, you have a portfolio that's professional and that looks good. It's going to give you the confidence to go out there and start marketing to clients, right? You don't have to have enough confidence for the entire journey. You just have to have enough confidence for the next step, right? Do you have enough confidence to decide on the services you're going to offer as a virtual assistant? Yes, I have enough confidence for that step. Okay. Now you have that. Do you have enough confidence to decide on your hourly rate, right? And as you do each one of these steps, your confidence is really going to grow. And I absolutely love that. Again, I'm not going to go into everything marketing. I have a few other marketing lessons here on my YouTube channel. We go into full detail inside of our signature course, the SavvySystem, of exactly how to get clients. But I do want to give you a free gift to get you started, right? And it's never too early to send this out. This is called the personal outreach template. And this is just one tiny step that we have you take inside of our course in order to get the ball rolling with your marketing. The thing is that your friends and family likely aren't your ideal clients, which is awesome, right? Like I hate it when you have to sell to your friends and family. It's why I never did MLM. I never sold leggings or candles or any of that stuff because I didn't like the idea of selling to my friends and family. Like I want my friendships to be my friendships and I want my business relationships to be my business relationships. However, you probably know one business owner. Think about it. Do you know an insurance agent? Do you know a real estate agent? Do you know one person who owns a mom and pop shop or who is a health coach or who owns a small business? Okay, think about it. So just like you know someone who owns a small business, likely everyone you know knows someone who has a small business. So literally, just by telling your friends and family what you're doing, even if they don't own a business, is going to help spread the word. It's going to help grow your confidence. It's going to help you be in the top of people's mind when, they're out and they, have a plumber come to their house and their plumber's like, oh, I didn't send out that invoice yet. I'm sorry. I'm so behind. Hey, I know someone who does invoicing, right? You become top of mind. And that's why this step is really, really important. And I'm giving it to you totally for free at thevirtualsavvy.com/swag. You can grab that. Okay. And again, everything I've taught you here, but the details of actually how to do it, right? The contracts, the templates, all of that can be found at myvatraining.com. And let me show you really quickly what the SavvySystem actually looks like, because everything we showed here is what you would be learning inside of that launch section, right? And we didn't cover every single detail, how to invoice, how to set up your taxes. All of that is included in the launch section again, so you can launch confidently. Now, the grow section is where we teach you how to be a good marketer. We give you your marketing plan. We actually have you develop your website, not until the grow section, because I want to get momentum rolling, right? People get stuck on having a website, and I would rather you just launch with a Facebook page and a portfolio and get some eyes on your stuff, get a first client, and then you can build a website, or then you can pay someone to build a website with the money that you've made, right? And so we actually reserve that for the grow section. Our VA lifestyle section is all about, how do I replace my 9 to 5 income, right? How do I do an emergency fund? How do I take time off? How do I fire a client? All of the ins and outs of how to just be a VA day to day are in that section. And then again, our scale section is reserved for those who have sold out their services. We teach you how to raise your prices and build a team so you have uncapped potential. Now, inside of our course, we do also give you all the tools you'll need to begin accepting clients right away. including the contract. Yes, we actually give you the contract, not just a contract for you and your client, but if you do decide to subcontract, to have a team, we also give you a subcontracting contract. We have a template vault, which is one of my favorite assets that we have. If you need to raise your prices, or if you want to ask for testimonials, or even if you need to fire a client, right? We have copy paste email templates that you can just literally not have to come up with the words yourself. You can just copy paste them from our template vault. We also have that drag and drop portfolio. Again, we recommend doing this portfolio in the beginning of starting your business instead of having a website, just because we want to get the ball rolling even faster. Now, of course, we have incredible bonuses. So it's not just the 17 modules, right? It's not the 130 plus lessons that are included inside of the course. We're also giving you our time management hacks training, monthly live office hours, our LinkedIn training, the community. Oh my goodness, we have job opportunities that are posted inside of our community that aren't posted anywhere else, right? Like exclusive job opportunities that only our students get. Our Nail the Sale training and our Savvy Your Site trainings, right? How to build a website, how to actually land a client, and what we call a discovery call. We teach you how to do that discovery call with a template. It's super, super easy, laid out for you. And that's why our students get results, right? It's what's possible if you have a blueprint and a like-minded community. Kaylee says, I can't believe it. 1 year ago, I stumbled on Abbey Ashley and I found out about virtual assistants. A year later, I run a VA and OBM, that's online business manager agency. I seriously always tell my family I had no clue this is a path I would be on, but here we are. Someone pinched me. I'm living my dream life. It's been 30 days since I tried being a VA. I have one client who I love. From studying full-time and working full-time to studying full-time and working part-time as a VA, I've quadrupled my monthly salary. Yamilet says, I just finished module 7, finishing up this weekend, so I'm going to launch next week. I have all the systems in place and I'm ready to hit the ground running. The system makes it easy for you to get started with everything you need in hand. And Vanessa says, thanks to this community and course, I secured my highest paying retainer client to date. She's dreamy and is a joy to work with. This Savvy system has literally changed my life and allowed me to pursue a dream I didn't know I had. This is why I do what I do. I am in the business of changing lives for helping people discover their freedom life. Now, of course, I'm talking to you about a course that I sell. And the reason why I have this is because I've put my heart and soul into it, right? Again, over 130 lessons, a community. I have a full-time team of people that I pay to support you guys, right? So that is why I sell a course around this, because I want to work with the people who are really, really devoted to this. But I understand that spending money can be scary, right? And so that's why we do something that no other course creator I know does. It's that we have a 30-day, no questions asked money back guarantee, right? Within the first 30 days, if you decide that it's not for you, you can ask for a full refund. You don't have to show us that you did a certain amount of work. You don't have to show anything, right? We just, no questions asked, give you that refund back if you decide that this is not for you. Why do we do that? Because we believe in this program so much. If you work the system will work for you. The only people that don't have success inside of our program are the people that don't do the steps, right? They decide this maybe isn't for me. I got a full-time job that I like, something like that. We have below industry standard refund rates because our students just know that this works, right? Even with the crazy generous refund policy that we have. 30 days, no questions asked. Our students are getting actual results, right? Jennifer says, I took the course and have 4 clients in the last year. It really does lay everything out for you to be successful. It's work, but it's worth it. Heather says, definitely worth it. I'm 2 weeks in. I've been applying all the principles. I've spoken to 2 potential clients already. Jessica says, it's the best investment I've made in myself and my future. I haven't gone 1 month without income since I started. And yes, it's been game changing for me. Within 3 weeks of implementing Abby's strategies, I got 3 clients. The Savvy system works if you take action. This is what we are all about. If this is what you're all about and you're really interested in doing this thing with the blueprint, with the community, with the exclusive job opportunities that we give you, go to myvatraining.com and check out the Savvy system.
All right, I hope that you enjoyed this super in-depth training. Let me know below what was your biggest takeaway from it. Now, if you are interested in joining the same program that over 6,000 VAs have used to start, grow, and scale their business, I will link to the Savvy system below. All right, friends, I will see you in the next video.